Anyone ever seen a duck in a sea?
Can we actually look it up? I don't like spreading false news. Can you look up, do ducks go in the sea, Doug? Right.
All right, man. Hey, before we get into this episode, Christmas is coming.
It is. It's that time of year, dude.
Yeah, man, it's that time of year. And we thought,
Yeah.
what better way to celebrate Christmas than giving away a bike?
Mate, how cool is this? How cool is this?
The coolest thing.
And combining it with Guest of the Year.
Exactly. Guest of the Year. We didn't do it last year. I love Guest of the Year.
I
It's
do.
super fun. And we've had some absolute bangers.
I was
this
actually
year.
Guest of the Year before.
You were the original
Before-
Guest of the Year.
I was the original Guest
You were
of the
the
Year.
first
dude.
ever Guest of the Year.
And look at me now.
Hey, you might win it this year.
I might give it a go, yeah.
You might
Why
win
not?
it this
Yeah.
year. I'll have to put your name on the thing.
Wicked. So, what bike is it that we're giving away? How do you enter?
We are giving away a Focus VAM² 9.8 Lite EMTB. Not just a bike, an e-bike.
It's so good.
It's the sickest thing, dude.
It's-
They're like £6,000.
It's the super light version. So it's the Fazua Ride 60 system. Honestly, I love this bike. It's one of my Surrey Hills bikes of choices. It's lower travel, super lightweight bike,
Carbon
mega
frame.
fun. Yeah,
Mate, the dream. Honestly, I'm blown away that we get to do it. So thank you, Focus, for stepping in.
actually,
giving us a bike to give away.
At this point in the introduction, I think we should start playing some footage of the actual bike we're talking about because we don't have it here.
No, we don't have it here.
Yeah.
So this is the bike you could win on screen now. And it's free to enter. All you have to do is head to the website, theridecompanion.co.uk, and on the homepage you will find our listener survey, which we just want to know who our listeners are, where you're from, what you do. Nothing too intrusive, just nice questions. We just want to know why you listen, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You can then vote for your guest of the year.
Yep.
That guest is going to win a pretty sick little prize from us, a personalised prize.
Yep.
And then you're automatically entered to win a VAM² 9.8 Lite EMTB.
It's literally that easy. And if you've forgotten already, just head below and you'll see exactly how to enter.
Exactly. The link is in the show description. Tell your friends, tell your family. Someone is going to win £6,000 worth of e-bike just in time for Christmas. We're going to draw it, I think, just before Christmas, like 2 days before Christmas Day.
Yep.
So what a prize. What a gift.
Focus VAM² SL. I can't believe we've managed to wangle this one.
Neither can I.
Big thanks, Focus.
Big thanks, Focus. And let's get into this fantastic episode.
Welcome to coffee time. I got told the other day,
Welcome.
by a kid at the bike park that my voice, you can take this two ways, that my voice, he wants me to do bedtime stories because my voice sends him to sleep. I don't know if he was like ripping me saying I'm boring. Do you know what I mean?
Could go either way, couldn't it? Yeah.
I don't think I've got a nice bedtime story voice. It's
I
not
think
deep
so.
enough, dude.
You could put a little bass in there.
Could
it
do
in
with a
post.
little bass.
You could do
Yeah.
with a little bass in there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Kids at bike parks are asking you to read them bedtime stories. It's so wild.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real influence there, isn't it?
No,
How old was he?
I think he must have used the podcast though as like a
Bedtime.
guy. You guys are boring, dude.
Yeah.
Like like
Yeah. Who said that recently? Someone said, "Oh yeah, I listened to it to go to sleep," and then was like, "Oh, that's actually an insult, isn't it?"
it is a bit, isn't it?
Like,
As
bit,
we tail
but
off,
I
we're
do
talking
it.
about high and low speed settings on suspension as you sort of drift off to sleep.
Yeah, these lockouts and it's so true.
Anyway, I was washing the bike. It was a particularly miserable day. Do you think it affects you what you listen to before you go to sleep?
Yes.
So what do you listen to? What do you? Oh, you probably.
Mate,
do
you
some
don't
stuff.
want to
Oh
know
my
what I
God.
do before going to sleep.
Does it involve funnels?
Now.
Chamomile tea.
Yeah, the coffee enemas for the morning. And when you want to go to sleep, you go chamomile tea up the old Jackson.
Yeah, you know.
No, I don't do that. What do I listen to? I actually listen to, I've been listening to that Johnny Cash thing.
Yeah.
Johnny reading the Bible. That'll put you to sleep.
Oh, I bet. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's a good one for sleeping.
See, Johnny wouldn't be like, oh no, you're saying I'm boring, would he?
No, he's reading like the New Testament.
Yeah.
It's way different. It's nice. It's really relaxing. So I've been rocking that to go to sleep.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'll put that on to go to sleep.
You learnt anything?
Nah.
Any little Easter eggs from the Bible that you hadn't picked up on before through years of
study?
Public education.
Nah, I wouldn't say so. I think it's too. It's just the tone and the flow of it that I like. It's not necessarily what it's saying.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the wrong way of consuming that content, but I just like it in the background. It's one of those for me.
Nice.
It's nice. It's so nice, dude. If anyone hasn't.
So that's in earplugs.
No, I don't.
So you have it on out loud.
Yeah. But only if it's like last night I put it on. That's because I've not got a partner at the side of me.
Yeah. Otherwise she'd be up for Johnny Cash in the Bible. No.
Nah, she's not up for Johnny Cash in the Bible.
What would she be up for?
What, before bed?
Yeah. I wasn't asking questions like that. No, but like, what does everyone have a thing that they do before bed?
Do you have yeah, it's a good point. I do have a little routine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not weird. It's just normal. I do
in my head.
I like to read a book before bed.
Yeah.
A lot. I like to do that. I've been pretty bad recently, so I've got back into. It's a bit of an addiction. I got back into Tetris. Have we spoke about Tetris before? I don't know if we have.
No, let's do it.
Let's talk about Tetris. So Tetris.
What's your favourite one?
What do you mean?
Before we start, what's your favourite shape?
Oh, favourite shape?
Big long dude? Big long skinny?
Big long slong's a good one. That's a 4.
He's nice. Big long skinny's nice.
Big long skinny is nice. I like the one that's it's 3 long and then it's got a knob.
Yeah, the L.
No, not the L. I don't know what shape that is. It's got one in the middle. So it's yeah. So that
I forgot about that.
Because that fits in nice. Because then you got a flat and a down.
That is nice.
That's a nice one.
I like big long skinny. I do like L as well.
Tetris has been a thing in my. So when I used to just live with my mum, we had this little. It was like a cheap Game Boy.
Yeah.
Like a cheap version basically that you probably got out of a vending machine or a market or off a market or something, and it had Tetris on it. And we used to play that thing like religiously. Me and my mum were like, she'd get a high score, I'd try and beat it. And it's like, I guess it's smartphones before smartphones. Like, you'd sit and TV would be on, and I'd be playing. Oh mate, it's so good playing Tetris. And then it got to the point, even when I was young, that I think my mum was like, we need to get rid of this game because it's consuming so much time. It's a bit strange. So it disappeared, and then over the last 20 years, I've dipped back in and out of Tetris.
You've gained your freedom.
But I've dipped back in and out, and then I have to delete it because I get too into it.
Really?
Yeah, I get way too into it. So I can play. This is well weird. I can play a game of Tetris in my head. So I can literally start with nothing, and in my head, I can play Tetris, and I can sit there and be like, that goes there, and I can play a game of it. I mean, it's obviously I'm not gonna like score out because that's too much brain power, but I can fit them together in my head and just sit there and daydream and play Tetris in my head.
Nice.
So yeah.
Can we agree universally that everyone hates 2 and 2, offset 2 and 2?
Yeah. We can. Yeah.
Worst one always ends up with there's always an overhang.
You've got to try and tessellate it.
You don't
after.
want an overhang,
Yeah,
or you don't want to do the panicky turn at the end.
No, exactly.
Sick of it.
No.
Annoyed by it.
Yeah, it's true, man. I agree. So yeah, Tetris is
I'm
into Tetris at the moment. Number 2 in my area where I am.
There's local regional zones.
It seems so on the app. Yeah.
Mate, you're big number 2.
Big number 2. Number 2 in my area.
Way.
Yeah, I need to set a league up, but I don't know if you can do it on the
Tetris League
on the new app. It'd be cool to have a ride companion league.
That'd be good. I'd be all up for getting amongst that. Actually,
it's good. Yeah. It's one of them things like if you're going to put your phone up and you're going to play, I don't know, look on Instagram or whatever. I think Tetris is a better option.
Yeah, I don't have anything for flight, and I always think, fuck, if you just had a game. Yeah, just have a game, and Tetris is such a good one for that.
Tetris is a fantastic one, yeah, and you can really, if you want to score high on Tetris, do you want a tip?
Yeah.
So you want to leave a 1-line gap at the end.
Long skinny, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that? So you build it up and
so
you leave
just get a big block
and then when you get a Tetris, which is a 4, then you get more points.
Right, got you.
And then when you drag it down as well, so like you accelerate it down to fit into place, then you get more points. So you can be tactical about it.
I used to be very thorough, and then I learned that if you were just a bit more haphazard, then you can just, sure, you're blocking off a whole area, but just quickly get that line in, it will disappear, and you'll be back onto the program you're on before.
Yeah.
Whereas I used to really bother me. If I had
Right.
any
No, you
space.
can leave a space. It's all good. You
Yeah.
can, because then it's obviously you can fill it in after.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tetris 2 is fucking so shit.
That's really good. I
Yeah.
need to download it. That's great. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what scores you can get. I can't remember what mine is. I think mine's 180.
Is it mental?
Something at the
Is it
moment.
super crazy?
180,000, which is quite high, I think. For that. But there's a league and everything, like World Tetris League. Anyway, it's not for me. I'm not that brain powered. It's like Elon Musk's like number one. No, I think there's a bit of brain power in there, but maybe there's a
a bit.
Elon Musk's number one Diablo player in the world.
What's Diablo?
I think it's like an online.
Is
like,
that so?
Yeah, almost like Warhammer sort of game. Is that right?
Is
Warhammer,
it? Yeah.
Not Warhammer. There's another one in there, League of Legends sort of vibe.
I don't know what. I'm so.
So yeah, he's
useless,
number
dude,
one in the world,
useless.
which is so I'm like that for podcasting with Tetris.
Nice. I'd love to be able to game a bit more. I feel like it's good.
You reckon,
relaxation.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, when I think of gaming, I don't think of relaxation, but Tetris is a relaxing thing.
Yeah, it's nice and it's easy.
Yeah, and I don't know if this. So yeah, we'll not get into this now, but apparently it's really good if you've got like PTSD and stuff.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. So Emma told me
Tetris
that,
is-
and she was like, "That's why you're like really into it." And I was like, "It's calming to me. It's like a little comfort blanket."
Yeah.
I'm like playing Tetris. I'm just like, that's
I think it is.
the
I
only
think it
thing
is
I'm
like
concentrating on.
Well, you can't, can you? Because it's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, and I put a
the whole
podcast on in
time.
the background or some music and just play Tetris.
I have a question.
Please.
So if you play Tetris, does it always start at the same level, the same speed? So it's going
Yeah.
really slow, and then it gradually goes up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
Right, got you.
Yeah. But I guess with the one we used, this is so boring. Imagine people are actually listening to this, mate. We're talking about Tetris.
Tetris is good. I just hope
This is
that all of the
relatable.
listeners agree that the 2 and 2 offset is the worst one.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like the 2 and 2
No,
offset.
when you get
Then
those two together, it's tough.
when you do get them in a
Especially at the
space,
start.
you spin it and it goes in. Very satisfying.
Very
yeah.
satisfying. It's
Yeah.
quite a satisfying game,
Yeah.
especially when you get a 4 and it's like,
Woof. What, long skinny or a big fat 4?
oh, you're long skinny.
Long skinny
Long
is
skinny.
just fantastic.
And you get a whole line.
Yeah.
Gone. So yeah, and we were talking about bedtime routine. That's been my bedtime routine. It actually,
Yes, we're
although
talking
it
about bedtime
activates
routine.
your brain, for me it's the opposite effect. It makes me really relaxed. So
Yeah.
so I'll hit a Tetris game before bed, and then
Yeah,
eye mask on, go to sleep.
there you go.
You know.
I'd say my bedtime routine personally starts. I don't have coffee after lunch. That's one of mine. I think I'm
Nice.
like quite sensitive to like
Yeah.
sugar
same.
and coffee, and I can't sleep. And then I sit there and I worry
Yeah.
about things beyond my control, interest rates, etc.
Yeah.
Those things are what stop me sleeping. So I know not to do them earlier on.
Mm.
And then otherwise, I've had the same one since I was actually like really young, and it varies a bit. It's like daydreaming with my eyes closed, lying on my back.
You fly, don't you?
But yeah, I do flying. I've done flying for years. I just pretend. I just close my eyes and imagine what it's like to fly. I do cutties in the clouds, as a human, I fly, like not
Cloud
yeah.
cutties.
And do you know what the craziest thing? is?
Cloud
Like,
cutty.
I know social media is largely trash, which I contribute to. It's trash. We can agree now, can't we? Yeah. But I found it just got served to me, which
Yeah.
normally is just awful beheadings, cats stuck in drains, all that sort of stuff. But this one got served to me, and it's like almost exactly my pre-bedtime
Oh wow.
routine. I just found it when you asked. It's called, and I go on it. I go on it sometimes if I'm in a hotel room, a bit lonely, trying to get myself in the mood. How I see that.
What mood?
It's
Okay.
at how I see that. So how
At
I
how-
see and then DAT.
Okay.
And basically, it'll make you laugh, but it is honestly my dream, my daydream before I go to bed.
Okay.
So imagine how weird it is. I'm scrolling through Instagram and I literally see my exact daydream. So this is it.
Oh wow.
Honestly, this is exactly what I imagine. It's me. That's me.
That's you.
And I imagine what it's like just fucking skimming the ocean.
Do you think we have someone who can make that for
Well,
you?
I'm sure he could make it.
For you.
Oh, it'd be the dream. Well, it would be literally the dream.
And that's the caption.
So that's
The dream.
the dream. This is the I can't tell you how spot on this is, because all of them are like beautiful landscapes that he's done all on CGI.
Oh, is that what is the account about? Is it just that sort of thing, like landscape?
This dude, well, he's a CGI and 3D generalist, it says, and then he's just
So
started
cool.
some of them are like a bit wacky, and they have him like exploding and stuff. All I in my dream is just me flying. Super simple. Go through water, touch my hand on the water, go through trees. I drift away to sleep. I can't tell you how many years I've gone to sleep like that.
You're a quick
So
sleeper.
weird.
You head hits the pillow.
No.
Out. No, you just lay there for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Now, well, depending on how much. As well, like another thing I do earlier in the day is I'll go to the gym. It's literally just to
decompress.
Well, just make it so I'm super tired. Look at that one, Rampage.
Yeah, that's rad. That's cool. Like it. Big fan of that.
Do you know?
That's
it is
nice.
Weird to find exactly your dream being made.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's a common thing.
I'm
probably
sure it
means
is a
something.
common thing. Might mean you're gay.
I mean, it probably does. But yeah, so
nice.
Yeah, so that's my pre-sleep routine.
I've also been. This is one of the things I was going to talk about. Ooh. You know, when you just like. So over the years with reading, I do enjoy reading, but I'll read a lot of self-helpy sort of books, a bit more like maybe a marketing book or something about business, that sort of stuff. It's only quite recently I've got into stories.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, only really recently, and I've just read a book, and honestly, I want to do a recommendation.
Nice.
Because Christmas is coming up. Maybe people are looking for a Christmas gift.
Is this your first fictional recommendation? All the rest have been factual.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to recommend a book anywhere to anyone, it's going to be... My favourite book would be The War of Art. That's like my favourite book, Stephen Pressfield. It's probably my favourite book. And then there's been a bunch, obviously. I've got a decent book collection. Now I'm 38. But yeah, this one, dude, is called The Offing. I can't remember who the author is. I should have written it down. It's called The Offing. Do you know what an offing is?
No.
Okay, so the offing is where the ocean meets the sky. That's called an offing.
Is that so? Like the horizon sort of thing?
Yeah, or you call it horizon. Not as cool though, is it? Offing.
The offing.
The offing's cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. So that's called the offing. And this book, dude, again, this is like a comfort blanket for me. Every time I read it, I just like... I've not had this for years. I couldn't put it down. Usually when I read... and maybe other people will have this same effect, I get tired and I'm just like, oh, I've read enough, I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Whereas this just had me hooked. I was wide, I was awake, I was just like in this book.
Yeah.
And it was just a nice, beautiful read. Like there's no crazy story in it or anything like that. It's just a boy who goes for a long walk and meets these people.
Sick,
but it's beautiful. And I just wanted to do a nice little recommendation.
Wicked.
That's my...
The Offing.
Yeah. So we do watching and listening. This is my reading.
Yeah,
The Offing. Very nice book. Very, very nice. I'm looking forward to getting some more by this author whose name I don't know. But yeah, The Offing. Very nice. Very lovely. I think sometimes you need a little perspective, and it's given me a little bit of perspective.
Has it? Yeah.
Yeah.
In what way?
I mean, basically, a lot of the book, without giving away the total plot, it's this boy who meets this woman, this elderly lady.
Yeah.
And she's just, they've just come out of the war, and she's just got this, like, thirst for life. Like, she's just eating nice food, living quite simply, and he just learns, like, loads from her about enjoying the little things in life and stuff. It was nice. It was a nice book. I really enjoyed it. Hey, actually, talking of perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, we'll talk about it. Fuck it, we'll go for it. So, I've been personally a little bit caught up in work recently.
Yeah.
Okay? I've been struggling. I get burnout, dude. I get burnout big time. And yeah, just a bit like, just caught up in it, bit of anxiety coming through. Do you know what I mean? I'd say like not in a good place. Fine, but not in a good place. Could be a better place. So where we live on our little cul-de-sac, a few doors down, there's this elderly lady, and her husband just passed away. So I was like, that's really sad, isn't it? Obviously, I've never really spoken to her, if I'm honest. A little bit here and there, just sort of said hello. And her ex-husband was obviously quite sick, and when I saw him, you could tell he was getting old, whatever. Anyway, so he passed away. So I was like, okay, I'll go and take this little old lady. I'll buy her a plant and I'll take it over and obviously say nice things. So I did. I bought this orchid, took it over. I was like, oh, really sorry for your loss. And she got a bit emotional. And bear in mind, I don't really know this lady. But I think for her, like anyway, I'll come back to it. So I was like, oh, really sorry for your loss. If you ever need anything, we only live there. Just please come and ask. Like anything you need, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you need a lift? Whatever you need, because she didn't drive. So she's like, oh, thank you so much. She's like, oh, actually, I've got an optician's appointment on Friday. Bear in mind, it was around Monday or Tuesday. So I was like, yep, done. What time do you need to be there? I need to be there at 9:30. No problem. I'll take you. I'll pick you up at 8:50. I'll take you for your optician's appointment. So Friday rolls around. So I get the van, the I-sit, whatever. She comes out, and we had the nicest morning ever. Like, it was so nice, dude. Like, I just needed a bit of a perspective. So just chatting to her on the way down there, she was telling me about how she'd been with her, ex-husband 70 years. And bless her, man. Like, honestly, dude, I was almost in tears. I was holding back tears the whole drive because she's telling me about how they met and, like, how he passed away. Mate, honestly, talk about a perspective change. It was just, like, instant. Like, none of it matters. That's the shit that matters right there. Like, actual love and compassion. And, oh, mate, we had a lovely morning. And I took for her eye appointment. She went in. She took about an hour. I walked around this little village called Bakewell in the Peak District. Just, like, I had myself a little coffee and some breakfast. And
nice.
Then we drove back chatting as well, like. And it was nice because she said, oh, I mean, there was a lovely compliment in there for me as well. She was like, oh, I'm a bit nervous about young people. I was like, young? I was like, how old do you think I am? And she was like, I don't know, 20? I'm like,
it's true.
What?
Though. You wouldn't know, would you?
No, you wouldn't. Like, you'd just be like, anyway, she was like 20. I was like, I'm like 38.
Dude, I saw a line up to a club. Do you know that club in a boat in Bristol the other day?
Yeah.
It looked like, I honestly, you could have told me it was like a line up to one of those bouncy worlds, like trampoline worlds.
Really,
everyone
looked that young, yeah.
They look that young, and they're not. They're going to do pills and listen to drum and bass
on a boat.
But they look like kids. Yeah. Sorry.
No, not at all.
But it's really hard to.
I just thought
age, isn't it?
I just thought it was like really lovely that she was like nervous because I was young, but we just had like, she said, "Oh, you're so nice to chat to," and blah blah blah. It was lovely, dude. It was just. I think sometimes perspective change, isn't it? You know, it put everything back into a perspective.
Good.
And I felt better for it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hanging out with my new lady friend.
Yeah, how's your partner feel about this?
She's all right with it. You know, I mean, she's 90, so there's no worries there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, she's lovely. Bless her.
Wicked.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad because like stuff like that, you know, you probably know deep down that you should go and say something, right? But you're like, I was thinking, but
it's easier not to, isn't it?
Yeah, you're like, she'll be okay.
I might fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the way she was talking, she's like, you know, she said, the evenings are horrible. I'm lonely. Like, I've been with this man for 70 years. And
dude,
like, oh man, it'll cut you up, honestly. But hey.
Yeah.
So just go and knock it. Like, maybe you listen to this, you've got someone elderly around you. Christmas is coming. Go knock on the door, make sure they're okay.
I've only felt in the last couple of years that I have situations where I don't feel like anyone's told me what I'm meant to be doing. How you meant to, you know what I mean? Like something happens and you're like, I don't know how to talk to this person about this. I don't know how you meant to.
Well, you think that's only a recent thing?
No, I've only realised it. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. Just is like, doesn't mean anything. Would you say after it?
Yeah.
So then naturally I'll be like, I won't want to even bring it up. I'll just think, we're not going to bring this up. This is fucking. No one's told me the instructions how I'm meant to deal with it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to address this. It's too much.
Easier not to.
I'm not. It is easier not to, and also I literally don't know what you're meant to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because normally you know what you're meant to say, don't you? You know what you're.
Mate,
sorry, I'm late.
When I did that, I for sure had that feeling. I'm like, okay, I'm taking this plant round to someone who I don't even know's house. Then what?
Then what? Yeah. Then what?
But it was nice.
So sorry for your loss. So you are sorry for the loss. You're not lying, but then what?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it all, but like, yeah, I definitely feel that way.
I think it means more to the other person than it does. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if it's an elderly person, because that's like tradition and it's, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the word is, but it's probably something more that they used to do than what people do now.
Yeah.
People, like you said, we're too caught up in our own bullshit to be like, why would I go and waste this person's time just even saying anything?
Yeah.
Whereas actually it means more to maybe people of a different generation.
Like, don't worry about it. Worst therapist ever, eh? Don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah, I am.
Well, I'm worried about
Now
it.
I'm though. Like, I can't just not worry about it. It's in my head.
No, and sometimes it can be like, yeah, don't worry about it. It used to work for me. Yeah, all right, I won't worry about it. Yeah, it's only a broken wrist. Whereas it's different, isn't it? If you're like a single mum and
Don't worry about it.
I sort of have to.
Yeah.
Someone's got to worry about it.
You've got no money. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to share that. It was lovely. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It
nice.
made me, back into a little bit of perspective. So we're doing an episode with no notes today.
Yeah. I'm uncomfortable.
I
I
know.
use notes. I love notes.
I'd love for you to explain that. Like, so when we started doing this, what was your approach?
Loads of notes.
Loads of notes. Just what
Any
you've been
silence.
thinking, what you've been doing, the things you've noticed around
Loads
the
of
world.
notes, structure. And then every guest we go into, loads of notes.
Yeah.
And then often the podcast will go exactly how in the order and everything. And then there'll be like tangents in bubbles, and there'll be things that we accidentally touch on.
Yeah.
So like, and loads of extras as well. I'm not saying I'm,
No, totally. I think
always notes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't want to get overconfident either. I think that's just been a reality check. Just before I was like, actually, because I'm just like, yeah, cool, whatever, just fucking hit record.
Do you do notes normally?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad. When we do catch-ups like this, I'm pretty bad because I have all these thoughts. Let's say when I'm home for a couple of weeks and I'm like, oh, that'll be cool to talk about. And
Yeah.
But I don't jot them down, whereas you really do make a mind. Yeah. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll remember that. Obviously, you never do.
Honestly, it's my worst nightmare being like, oh, obviously we've done this podcast, it's absolutely
Yeah.
fine. And like, I don't care that we've not actually, right now, got nothing to talk about. In theory, I'm not bothered because I know we'll find something to talk about.
Yeah.
But let's say I've got a piece of paper and it says the UK's secret air bases on it. And I've just got that sat there.
Wanted to get that in there,
So
don't you?
anytime there's like a bit of silence or I don't know where the conversation is moving, it's not like you're filling it, it's just like you're steering it. So I'll just be like, right, I've been looking into, which I haven't. It was just a conversation we had before we went on, but that's that's how I think notes are helpful. I don't think it's not like, what do I talk about next? I'm looking
just
at the
a little prompt, like a prompt card.
Yeah, I find it very useful, yeah.
Like a prompt card. Yeah, okay. All right. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm similar. I have been. I used to do loads of notes, and I've spoke about this before, but when it was just me on my own, I'd find it harder. Obviously now it's cool because you've got like someone to bounce off.
Yeah.
I mean, we did an episode yesterday, and every now and again I'll be like, ooh, don't know what to say, but boom,
Yeah,
homie just
exactly.
steps
It's very
in, and you probably
helpful
do
in
a
a-
similar thing.
yeah.
You'll be like, and then I can.
Yeah, it's very helpful.
So when I was on my own, it used to be. I mean, you've done some episodes on your own, not throughout this year, looking at the whole list the
done
other day of
lots,
guests of
yeah.
the year. You've done a few on your own, but it's like I used to make so many notes. It was weird.
Well, then it becomes much more important to have notes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think when you're with one other person, obviously it's these ones are different because it's like
I'm just hanging
it's
out.
chill, yeah. But definitely, yeah, like the Billy Bolt episode.
Yes.
Actually, it's probably a good opportunity for us to let people try and vote for their guest of the year.
Please.
Because looking back on the year, we're not doing one of those episodes. This isn't that fucking looking back on the year episode, but it's the guest of the year results it's quite sick at the minute. It's a head-to-head between Teo and Rob, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we don't want to sway by telling people that.
No.
We want people to go in and
It might
vote
not
for
be a
their
head-to-head.
own. Yeah,
There's so many
exactly.
other people that people find value in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow, that sounded awkward. Not find value in, but like enjoyed the episodes.
Yeah,
That
uniquely.
take you by surprise.
I'm
You're
with
like,
you.
oh, wow, that's something that someone like Pagey's up there, dude.
And some of them are so different as well. So like I've got two in my head that just because you said one's without you there.
Yeah.
The two in my head I have are Billy Bolt and then Jono.
Yeah.
And Jono is someone where I literally just did no notes and I was just pissing around because I find him fun to be around. And then Billy was like a guy that I really want. I want to get a good podcast out about him, and then like made loads
That
of
was a
effort into
great
notes because
one,
I
mate.
wasn't.
You can
like-
tell, though.
I wasn't like I don't know anything about hard. Not I don't know anything. I'm like
Yeah.
a Billy Bolt fan, not a hard enduro fan.
Yeah.
and I was like aware of it. So
I think that one was banger.
sick.
That's one of my favourite things sometimes about doing this is
Yeah.
that I consume it
Yeah, that's
as a listener because you've done
that
it,
is,
which
yeah.
hasn't really happened on my side that much this year because
Yeah,
of the
that's
way
very
that we're
cool.
set up. But it's like
Yeah.
that Billy Bolt episode was fantastic, dude. It was really good, and you could
How's he done
you
in
could
the-
tell you were.
Yes, that's
Eyes
a
dotted,
great
T's
example.
crossed.
It's
You were like,
literally
boom.
It was start to finish. How it's
Not
not
yeah.
a fucking. It's not a a big round of applause for that. You're writing down what you want to say. But it's nice when it doesn't deviate too much and you can just... And obviously a lot of it is like, yeah, you're going to talk about how you got into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really, if you had to write like a beginner's handbook of podcasting, it'd be like, how did you get into fill in the blank? Darts, biking, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But
it feels like a cheat sometimes. It's like, this is so obvious, but...
Some people are bloody good at it. Some people... I talk too much, for sure. Talk too much shit. I've got notes. Shut the fuck up. But like in my notes book, I've got things that say less.
Wow.
And I still find myself saying more. But have you ever watched Soft White Underbelly?
Yeah.
He just puts it out there. It's like he's done a really strong fart. He just puts it out there. And
What, like a big question?
The question, yeah.
What,
like,
and just sits on it?
Mate, what
Sits
was your
in the
childhood
pocket.
like? And then he just sits there and then they'll start replying and then they'll stop. There'll be a bit of a silence. He'll just sit in the fart smell. Just sit there, wait for them to say the next bit.
Okay,
I find
that's
that very
gnarly.
impressive. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I can't do.
I'll tell you what, though, if you go back and you look at some of the earlier episodes that we did even together, things have changed a lot, dude.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I seen one this morning, actually. It came up because someone had replied to a DM and you scroll up and I was like, it was a clip of us where the old style clip, so it was like me on top, you on bottom, sort of thing.
Oh.
Right? And it's just different. Like the flow is different. Like the whole thing about it is different. And it's hard to, I think maybe it's only myself that might even notice that, but I was like, wow, people used to consume that. It's way different to what it is now.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that's the online thing? I mean, I don't hate
Yeah,
on the online thing.
maybe.
I'd love to be able to
maybe.
get Bruni on.
Yeah.
Just people that won't have time to come to the
Yeah,
studio.
for sure. Yeah, we're going to work it out for next year. If anyone wants to help.
Yeah. Anyone got Turbo Skype?
Turbo Skype.
Any-
Turbo Skype.
Anyway.
But yeah, I think what we were going to do was remind people to vote for Guest of the Year. Because we're giving away a
there we go.
frigging...
Notes.
We're giving away a $6,000 e-bike.
That's
a
right.
VAM².
It's a Focus VAM² SL.
And it's the best I think we've had.
It's
As
the
of
best
last
price we've
check,
ever had.
there's about 1,000 entries. So even if it gets to
good odds.
10,000, you've still got a 1 in 10,000 chance of winning.
It is the
e-bike.
best prize we've ever had on the podcast.
Easily.
It's actually really insane.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, we've given away some good prizes as well.
Yeah, we have.
There's the Cosy helmet, the Cosy D4,
Cosy frame.
Cosy frame, but the
Yeah.
VAM²
That's
SL,
a hell of a prize.
hell of a bike,
Hell of a prize. Hell of a bike.
hell of a prize.
And all you've got to do is enter. Like, it's that simple. All you have to do is enter.
And also,
And what you can do if you want to be like real, cock of the north, tell all your mates because
yeah, do it, please.
Because if your mates enter, you've got a better chance.
Yeah.
Even if they don't ride, you could just enter because then I'll have it.
And
Or you sell
everything that you've consumed is free, including the guest's time. If you think about it, the guest has put in more effort.
Yeah.
Than it. The guest has put in more effort than it takes to vote for the guest.
True.
If we're talking about scales of effort, they've gone all the way. Sit down with us two knobs.
I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, they have,
will.
and it's all free to you. So just please enter.
Yeah, please
it's
enter.
so good.
I really want to give away this bike to someone that really
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want the guest of the year to be actually your guest of the year. Let's get back to it after the ad break. I'm going to make some notes. Companionship. Are you looking to take ownership of your health? Introducing AG1, a powerful daily nutrition supplement designed by scientists to support your body's needs. AG1 is a comprehensive and convenient blend of over 70 high-quality ingredients packed with vitamins, minerals, and whole food-sourced nutrients.
With just one scoop each morning mixed with water, AG1 helps to support your brain, heart, energy, and immune system. It's a powerfully simple way to start your day right. While we have a degree of individuality, science tells us that the human body is interconnected, which is why AG1 contains over 70 ingredients to support your baseline nutrition. Drink AG1 is the best way to feel reassured that you're supporting your body with a broad range of nutrients it needs. AG1 isn't just another supplement, it's a morning ritual, a timely habit that fits seamlessly into your routine. And it does fit into my routine.
Dude, it does, yeah.
Because I just do it in the morning before anything. Apparently, you're meant to have it on empty stomach, which I actually quite like. I take it with me in my little AG1 shaker and just go walk the dog.
I do it empty stomach every time, actually.
Yeah.
Because it said on the instructions, and I did what was on the instructions.
That's
you know what I mean?
the sort of people we are.
Davey, what are the benefits?
Well, Ollie, they speak for themselves. From sustained energy throughout the day to immune support and stress management, AG1 has you covered. Plus, AG1 is NSF certified for sport, ensuring the highest quality ingredients and manufacturing standards. Ready to take the next step in your wellness journey? Visit drinkag1.com/ridecompanion today for a special offer. We are going to give you free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your next purchase.
So that's drinkag1.com/the ride companion.
That's right, mate. Yeah.
Nice.
drinkag1.com/ride companion.
Take ownership of your health with AG1. Check it out now.
Check it out now. Great ad. Loved it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Arguably one of my favourites. So we've just talked about guest of the year. So people who are watching or listening have gone and done that. Then we've also got World EMTB Day coming up, which I think this could be out just before that. So that's taken a bit of a turn for the best. I think a silly idea once again has gone through. There's a bunch of rides happening. There's one in Mexico. We've got a Colombia one. We've got France. We got 2 in the UK. Don't know if you're here. Just threw it out there. Fingers crossed you are. I don't know. So yeah, December the 15th. So if you haven't already, it's super easy to figure out. Just go on our website. There's a map. You can either find out if there's a ride near you, or you can sign up to host one. It's super easy. Even if it's just with your mates, just do it.
Yeah.
And then maybe some other people might come along and you meet new people in your community and you just go for a little e-ride somewhere.
And if you don't have an EMTB, just bring along a small piece of rope and I'm sure you'll be just fine.
Ollie will pull you around.
Yeah, exactly. The tugboat will.
Yeah. So yeah, we need to figure that one out. Never even spoke about it, did we? So apologies. I've just
Sounds
thrown
good.
it out there. But December the 15th. Ollie might be there. He might not. It's the same day as the MB cycle ride. So.
Well, I'm going to that and
So,
I'll be... That's Pease Lake.
Perfect. Works.
Pease Lake, 15th of December.
Yeah.
See you there.
Oh, God. And I'm doing one in the Peaks.
Nice. Whereabouts? What car park?
So my favourite car park, there's a pub called the Norfolk Arms. So we're going to go there just because...
What time?
10 a.m. We're trying to make them all
AM,
10 a.m. though.
AM. Okay,
Just
good.
because it's simple and,
10 p.m. in your favourite car park.
different vibe. I'll probably still be there.
Charge your lights or don't. It depends.
So yeah, I'm stoked on that. A few people have got involved in it, which is nice. I think Focus are doing some as well in Germany.
Yes,
we're just
in
waiting for
Stuttgart.
confirmation on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep an eye on the map. And if not, just host one. It's super easy. You just have to tell us where you want it to ride from.
It's a bike ride.
It's a bike ride. It's just a bike
doesn't
ride with
like
some
a bike
mates,
ride?
new or old. Who knows?
Who don't like a bike ride?
Who don't like a bike ride? So yeah, hyped. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting some people if you come up to the Peak District one. It'll only be chill. Nice loop. Nothing crazy.
Do you know what I want to do is I know we're already in winter.
That's too much.
I wanna-
Please keep it. It's too good.
I had it the other day actually, and I saw a reflection. I thought it looked like a beret.
I like
You ever
it.
get too hot in a beanie and then
That's so good.
it's like a little beret.
Yeah.
I do it quite often.
Please do it more in public.
I do. Oh, yeah. Okay. What was I talking about?
Not worked out how to wear that hat. That's quite interesting.
I can't remember what I was talking about. It happens so much.
Oh, that's annoying.
It
Sorry,
happens
I
so
interrupted.
much.
But you
No.
can't wear a hat like that and not expect me or
No, I
to
forgot.
say something about it,
Yeah.
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 I've got a good watching.
Oh, have you? What are you watching?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
It was good to me. So, when you're growing up and your dad or whatever plays music and you're just like, oh, fuck off. This again.
Yeah.
So my dad was obsessed with Elvis growing up.
Oh, was he?
He's like the world's biggest Elvis fan. Won't
No
go to
way.
Gracelands because he knows he'll cry too much.
Yeah.
That bad. There's a few great stories about Elvis actually. So my dad used to live in this flat, and he's a bit of a, he's come up a few times on the podcast. My dad's a bit of a loose character. Like he's out there sometimes, right? So he had this flat in the living room. He decided he was going to put up an Elvis mirror, lovely mirror. Don't know where it came from, but it's got Elvis on it, and it's it's glass, and it's so instead of like hanging it on the wall, he super glued it to the wall. So he super glued this mirror. All good. It looked great for a few years.
Nice. Yeah.
Then he got it was like a tapestry. It was horrible, dude. I don't know where it came from. It was
An Elvis tapestry.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting.
Like a shrine. This is
what's So it's absolutely. It was disgusting. This
Yeah.
tapestry. I don't know where it came from. Where he got it from. It was like square, right? Like a square tapestry, like a normal tapestry. So what he did was he cut Elvis out with probably some blunt scissors, and it was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
Yeah.
This tapestry.
What did he do with the
He super glued it to the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
So
So the living room has got an Elvis mirror and
sounds like a crime scene,
and
dude.
a big tapestry
Yeah.
glued to the wall, right?
Then what?
Well, obviously it came to moving out. Stuck on wall. Can't get them off. So I had to leave the tapestry, leave the mirror, just stuck on the wall.
Just comes with the house.
Comes with a house, mate. It's part of furniture. Anyway, so my dad's done some wild
Better
shit.
like Elvis.
Loves Elvis. Big Elvis fan. He's got the newspapers from when he passed away. Always used to, whenever we went anywhere in a car, probably a shit car that broke down, Elvis was always
You
on.
an Elvis fan?
Well, so then as you get older, I think you start going, actually, that one's pretty cool, you know?
The tapestry and the...
No,
Okay.
just Elvis. You just
Okay,
actually, that's actually quite like, I respect it. It's
Yeah.
actually good. The music is good, right? So yeah, I mean, I've got two examples. Like my mum's ex-partner as well. He was a big Guns N' Roses fan.
Yeah.
So when I was young, Appetite for Destruction was always on. That's the Guns N' Roses album, and that's now like my favorite album of all time.
No way.
I'd say 100% actually his favorite album of all time. Elvis, anyway, wasn't that into Elvis up until quite recently, and then got a little bit more into it. Like I like a bit of Elvis, you know.
Nice.
So there's a Netflix documentary it's just come out. It's called Elvis: The '68 Comeback Special. So the '68 Comeback Special is when Elvis kind of came out of the movie era.
Yeah.
So he obviously blew up doing music, and then his manager, the Colonel, got him doing loads of shitty movies. Like, and these movies
Right.
just got gradually worse and worse and worse and worse until he became a bit of a laughing stock. It was like these movies were dog shit, dude. Like
Really?
they were musicals.
Yeah.
And obviously then the business model was they put out this movie, and then they'd sell the soundtrack off the back of it. And it was that was making all the money. The movies were just like a means to an end, just to get the songs in and sell them. So he then basically tried to reinvent his music career with the Comeback Special. And a lot of people were like, well, this is going to go either way. Like, it's either going to tank, it's going to be dog shit, or it's going to be really good. And it's a fascinating documentary.
Really?
It's really good, dude. It's about the '68 Comeback Special. And when it starts, it's just a bit of a like, it's a goosebump moment, I think. Because he comes on stage and he's like, there's obviously all this B-roll footage from the shooting, and he's nervous as fuck, dude. He's got this badass leather suit on. He looks sick. And he's a good-looking bloke as well, right, Elvis? Good-looking bloke. He just looks cool as anything, dude.
Was he big then?
What, as far as career? Oh, no, this is pre that.
Yeah.
This is pre that. He still
Okay.
looks trim. He's, he's
Okay.
doing quite well.
Good shape.
Good shape, making money, recently married to, I think it's Priscilla. Anyway, but yeah, he comes on stage and he's really nervous, and his voice is shaky, and he starts singing, and you're just like, whoa, he's back.
Rad.
Honestly, dude, Elvis fan or not, that is a banger of
How
a
did he go,
documentary.
Elvis? How did he go?
How did he go?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
big dog, wasn't he?
I think it was...
Burgers and that.
Didn't he get a Vegas residency, and he was just showing up and doing the same gig like every day, and just living the Vegas life, I think.
Right.
And then, yeah, I think. Have you seen the movie that?
No, I
Baz
don't know
Luhrmann
anything
did?
about.
Have you seen
I
the Baz
don't know
Luhrmann
anything
movie?
about Elvis, but I thought he had a sad ending.
Yeah, sad ending. Yeah,
Was it? Yeah.
drugs and
Was it? Yeah.
yeah. I think it was a bit Michael Jackson vibey, a bit like keep him going sort of thing. Even
Keep
though
him
it's
pumping out.
music and
Yeah.
shows and stuff like that. Fascinating, dude. Honestly, the documentary, that one,
That sounds good.
two content pieces actually. The movie that Baz Luhrmann did. Remember Baz Luhrmann? Wear sunscreen. Track? No? All right. Yeah. Everybody wears sunscreen or something like that. Anyway, he did the Elvis movie that came out in cinemas a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Really good. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Real good movie. This is what, we've just been talking about watching movies. But that's one to actually sit in.
Yeah, sick. I'd like
Yeah.
to. I'd never.
Yeah,
never
the
watched it.
Elvis. I think it's just called Elvis.
Yeah.
And then this documentary is just banger. Really well done. Beautifully created. Like old school Netflix documentary where loads of B-roll footage, like cool behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good narrative. Just, yeah. Maybe it's me. I've got an emotional attachment to it.
Exactly. I was
Because
going to
of
say.
growing up, and that's why I wanted to set the precedent for like why it meant so much. But you know, I sat and watched it on my own at home, and I was just like, "Whoa, no wonder my dad loved this dude. Like he is it. He was the man."
Yeah.
And then there's a Spotify thing as well of the '68 comeback special album, which I listened to on the way back home, actually from here last time. It's so good. Yeah, it's good, man. Big fan. Big Elvis fan, actually. Why not? I'll throw it out there.
Yeah, nice.
Big. So yeah, that's my watching. Mate, it's really good. I can't even. Yeah, it's so good. But again, I think I've got a lot of emotion attached to it. But
no, I'd like to. I only ever click on stuff. You know, like when you look at the menu, what do you click on? You click on
Netflix.
Yeah, it's really good to click on stuff that you're not immediately like. I don't know anything about Elvis.
I don't do that. I have to have been told about it.
Yeah, pretty much I do as well.
Yeah.
But like if I looked at the menu, I'm trying to think of the things I would click on. It wouldn't ever... just because I don't know any Elvis. I don't know anything about Elvis. I wouldn't click on it.
Yeah.
So...
that makes sense.
It's good to do.
I probably wouldn't if it was another artist. If it was...
Yeah.
You know, there's loads on there, isn't there? Various artists, Coldplay, whatever it could be. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
But that one's got an emotional attachment to it. And also... it's a really cool story.
It's good to click on the other ones though, because then you end up like.
I never do that.
You don't. I don't either. But
it's like a YouTube thumbnail.
Good. Yeah,
because you just like, nah, looks crap.
You do,
but it might be the best thing you've ever seen.
You do judge a book by its cover, and you sort of have to. You have so little time to pick which chocolate bar to buy. Yeah, you want to buy one that you like.
Do you ever go on the other Netflixes?
Matches your. What's the other?
Like American or Mexican or.
No, I didn't.
Do you know? You can do that. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know how.
Okay, so a while ago we gave away the NordVPN code.
Yeah.
So
okay.
if you have a VPN,
no, I don't. Yeah.
Which I have. I mean, you've got a login. Like you just go on through that, and then you can
just put
where you want to be, cool. And then I went on the American one the other day. That's pretty.
I wouldn't know how. I'm too useless.
I mean, I don't know how. It's just clicking around, and hopefully it works, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Netflix. I struggle with it. I mean, we don't really have a TV still at home, so it's. I don't know.
But yeah,
I don't watch TV like that.
I mean, the internet is TV, isn't it now?
What do you mainly consume? On what platform would you mainly consume visuals?
YouTube.
Same.
Probably. Because it's 10 minutes. I don't have to actually sit down, put it on in the background. YouTube.
And are you a subscriber, or do you just let the algorithm give you?
Subscriber and reject things that are not on my subscriber list.
Interesting.
Don't like it. I don't want to be fed stuff. That Instagram algorithm reset thing happened the other day.
I don't know.
I tell you what, I want to tell Instagram. Just give me the things that I follow. Yeah. I'm not interested.
It's not much to ask for.
Stop showing me. Yeah.
Is it?
Stop showing me all the other stuff. Like you can reset my algorithm, but like literally just show me. It mainly shows you things that you don't follow. So what are we doing here? I don't want to see.
Yeah, it's fair.
I want to see.
It's not much to ask for, is it?
I don't think so.
It used to be that. Back in the day, Instagram was like only your mates that you followed, or athletes that you follow, or brands that you follow. Whereas now, you can get fed anything,
and you end up down a silly rabbit hole that you have no. Yeah,
I got Twitter back recently.
Oh yeah,
or X, whatever we call it now. That might have to go again, though. I reckon this week's kind of pointless.
I try and really minimise all of it.
It's just good because I don't know.
YouTube's good for background, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I think's good about it. Have it on a big screen in a room and
while
just
you're
have
doing
it on
something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the working from home thing.
Yeah,
you can't do that in an office.
No,
that's a working from home.
No, true.
Yeah, I'll sometimes do that. Like I guess I mainly consume YouTube, but also the DAZN app. I use that a lot. That's the NFL one, so I'll just have that on. Game on,
in the background. A game in the background's good. Yeah,
game on in the background and working's nice. Yeah.
I think my only times are in the morning. I'll get up when Georgie gets up, so there's like just a small period of time. I just get up really early so that I can hang out with her before she goes out to whatever activity she's doing. And then in the evening, I want to have screen time then.
Okay.
Those are the things I want to sit down and just be completely mindless. So we're watching David Attenborough Asia at the moment. It's pretty cool. That's like my ideal, because then you actually are looking at something you're interested in, and you know when you click on it, it's going to be something you're interested in. Whereas with that period of time before, it's 10 minutes, so it's YouTube. It's like 10 minutes, just put something on.
Yeah, I struggle to find that, like a long form thing that I like watching.
Yeah.
Struggle with that, really struggle. I just don't have anything. Like the fact that I thought about it last night because obviously you put Asia on.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I'd be like, I'd never ever click that. But then
Wouldn't you?
I start watching it like,
yeah, Georgie and I
sick.
are both
This is
super
so good.
into animals. So
Yeah.
it's just that's incredible how they can capture. But that's
Yeah,
like
it is
my
good.
favourite shit. That is.
Yeah.
But then also, okay, my watching can be something that I think is cool about YouTube is that you have a thought. So I have a lot of stupid thoughts, interests, things that I think about. I wonder what it's like to land a fighter jet on a aircraft carrier. This was my latest one. Actually, probably my latest follow on YouTube is Growler Jams.
Growler
so it's
Jams.
A fighter jet pilot who lands in the ocean. He literally has just put a GoPro on in his fighter jet. He's doing regular patrol runs, test flights, whatever, in the ocean. And he just commentates on what he's doing from raw footage of him in his fighter jet. You see every little intricate control panel adjustment, everything he's doing, and he's just talking you through it. And he's clearly a funny bloke. So this is a perfect example of like why YouTube is great. When would I be able? I'd have to wait for something to come out that covered a fighter jet pilot, and it wouldn't be from his voice. It wouldn't be from literally him talking about what he's doing.
Yeah.
It would be someone interviewing him and him going, we're on regular patrol, blah blah blah. It wouldn't be the same. This is like him joking around, like
user generated content.
Yeah, and it's sick. It's just raw footage, and he's talking about like, okay, he's got one of his flight controllers on the deck of the ship. He's going like, he's telling me to go forwards, left. He's literally talking like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so sick. He's like, yeah, we free up the controls. Hold on, salute, head back, catapults off a ship. Like, how bizarre is it? You're hearing it from the guy that's doing it.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
sick.
I'll check that out.
That's what I like about like.
What's it called?
Growler Jams.
Growler
It's so
Jams.
ridiculous, all these like silly little things, but that's kind of what I like
Does it
about.
do banger views as well? I bet.
I don't actually even know. I didn't pay attention.
I love that it probably does.
Probably does.
Yeah.
I would imagine it does.
Yeah.
I mean, I typed in fighter jet landing because I just wanted to see what it was like. They look so short and they've got hooks on, and I imagine the G's and what it would feel like being in this multi-million pound machine, like 20 million quid, one of these things, and you're just in the seat,
Crazy.
flying it towards a boat. Like, how mental is it?
Yeah, it's insane.
So those
Coolest
are the things.
career.
That's what I really like about the internet after slating it for
Yeah,
probably
I know,
10 solid minutes whilst we were in the break.
I've been watching, I watched, there's a YouTube guy, Geo something, is it not Geo Wiz, it's something like that, where he will find places using the internet. So you'll submit.
Someone said that about. So
you'll submit like a photo, and he'll be like, right, I'll find exactly where that is and where. You know what I mean? It's well interesting. He found this. Someone took a picture and said, "I bet you can never find my fishing spot." And he was like, "Right," and it took him like an hour, but he found it. They're like so interesting to watch, but it's like
GeoGuessr.
Could
is
be
that what it's called?
No, it's like Fire something. I think his name is something like Fire. It's like that, but it's Fire. Nah, Matt.
Get a picture and you have to guess where it's from
he'll
the
go
visual
find-
cues. So you
yeah,
just say like,
so someone will submit
there's a
like
car on the
literally
left hand side of the road. Okay, then
or a
it's-
video. It'll be like a photo of a dish in a restaurant, and he'll find the exact restaurant.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow, that sounds
yeah,
crazy.
it's cool. I've been enjoying a few of those.
Just import into some AI software.
No,
online,
he'll like. How did he managed to see like there's a corner of a menu on the one I watched, and he managed to find like, okay, that's an S, and then he was using a few little things that would like, I guess he got a bit more of the
Search
word out of the
engines and
menu,
stuff, or-
and then he'd be like, okay, find like the pattern of the plate. Yeah, I can't remember how he did it.
Oh, it's very cool though. Yeah, I like the idea of that stuff.
Then go on
Like being
Google
a
Earth and he'll just find the
detective.
exact place.
An amateur detective.
Yeah, it's pretty
quite
sick.
cool, yeah.
Can't remember the guy's name. I'm sure people recommend. While we're doing content, we've been watching as well.
Yeah.
I've also been watching, who I've never watched, Matt Armstrong videos.
BMX
Turn car guy.
Turn
Interesting.
biggest car guy, eh?
Big car guy.
What cars he got that you're interested in?
Porsche GT4 RS.
Ooh,
that he
is that what
found.
you're
It's
watching? A
like-
series? That's
yeah.
how it's hooked you.
Yeah, it's hooked me. Yeah, it was one that got sank in America.
Okay.
Brand new, out the forecourt, off the forecourt.
Yeah.
Guy drives it, boom, sticks it in a lake.
Stinger.
Yeah, and then he's bought it and he's renovating it, flew it back to England, and it's good, really good. He's got me in. I've never watched any of his content before.
Wicked.
Would love to get him on here. I really want to talk to him. I think it'd be interesting to chat.
Yeah.
Big car guy. I mean, I'm not, but
one of the biggest YouTubers, at the minute.
I think he's up there. Yeah, he's up there.
Insane amount of.
He's doing big views, like trending every day. Hey, might do it.
He's trending.
He's a BMXer.
Yeah, you never know.
Someone knows him. I know a few people who do know him. So
yeah, absolutely.
He's only from Leicester, so
there you
easy
go.
to figure out.
Get him on.
Should we do some listener questions? Ollie, mate, what is the ads? What are you doing?
Well, I didn't think I'd have to stop. It's so quiet.
I know you've been riding a lot and you're really trying to focus on recovery, but you can't always be recovering, can you?
I can if I sponsor this COMPEX and you got the Fix 2.0 and I'm making my legs feel better.
Oh, mate.
Honestly, this thing is incredible. It's been helping me out loads. I've been riding a lot, and this thing, I get home and I just use it for recovery. You can use it for before as well, though, right?
You can, mate. Yeah, the COMPEX Fix 2.0 Master helps warm up muscles before a workout.
Oh, nice.
And relieve stiffness after a hard session, okay?
That's what you're
using
it for. Yeah, I've just finished a hard session, so.
Yeah, it has 5. Ollie.
Yeah.
It's my favourite tool as well, all right? The COMPEX Fix 2.0 massager helps warm up muscles before a workout and relieve stiffness after a hard session.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got 5 powerful intensity settings.
Oh, yeah, it has. That's done with this dial here.
That's done with a
it's
dial.
Really good, yeah.
Paired with a high stall force will give the intense pressure needed to help relieve the toughest spots safely and comfortably.
Hey, I want to point out that the stall force thing is really important because when you're pushing down hard, really getting in those difficult points,
nooks and crannies,
it's not stalling. And some of the other ones, I'll be honest,
not
only did I buy them off Amazon, they stalled and then they set my house on fire. Oh. So you don't want that.
No, mate, you don't want that at all. It also comes with 5 interchangeable tips.
Yep.
Okay, and a rotating arm helps tailor your massage specific to the needs of different muscle groups. Okay. Yep. It has a removable and rechargeable batteries, a compact design, and a quiet motor help provide relief anywhere and everywhere. Okay, so you can bring your inner pro with the Fix 2.0 massage gun. It did rhyme.
Just saying that rhyme.
It did rhyme. But yeah, honestly, dude, real life experiences. I use mine all the time. Post-ride, pre-ride. I just love using the COMPEX Fix 2.0.
Do you know what I found the other day? I was at my physio. Everything he had was COMPEX. I really liked that.
Mate,
It's really good.
Chosen by professionals.
Yeah.
And they do loads of other stuff too. So check out compex.com. All right. You can look through all of the different recovery tools. They've got
muscle stims. I've been using the muscle stims.
Yeah, they got the core belt. They got this ankle protection. You need some of that.
Need it.
Wrist protection. Maybe need some of that.
I do now.
Yeah, loads of stuff.
I'm gonna get COMPEXed up, dude.
COMPEXed up.
Hey, do we have anything to offer to our companionship? Because I do like it when we finish ads on an offer.
Yeah, we got to finish on. Hey, it's a big offer too, mate.
Is it?
Yeah. So if you head to compex.com, enter the promo code The Ride Companion.
Okay.
What is it?
The Ride Companion.
All in caps.
Okay, nice. I was about to ask.
We're going to knock off a whopping 20% off.
20%?
20% off. Now, if that's not a deal to get you recovered, ready to ride through spring, then I don't know.
Hey, you
Can't
might
do any better.
You might get 20% off, but you're going to be 100% satisfied with the product, let me tell you.
Oh, and on that note,
that was nice.
Thank you, COMPEX.
Thanks, COMPEX. And we're back. With the listener questions, and we're going to have to make this a turbo episode because you have a meeting, don't you?
I do.
Right, first one from George Corley. Best place to EEB in the UK?
The Peak District. Next question.
Is it, yeah?
I don't know. Am I joking?
Mate, I've got
there's so many, but everywhere's good on an EEB.
Yeah, absolutely. I got sent something the other day. This is an interesting talking point, right?
Please.
I got sent something the other day. Someone's made a poster and it's got like top... I can't remember what it is. Top 50 places to ride a bike in.
In the UK or in the world?
In the UK.
Oh, 50.
But it's like, I don't know. So as someone who like builds trails, you don't go telling everyone. So you keep it quiet. It's not a good move. This is just my own. I don't know if I'm outdated. I'm a dinosaur. I probably am. But if you tell everyone where all the good stuff is, there's nothing left for you, dude. This is the way I've always thought of it. you know, obviously trails are good because you can actually shut them. So I can happily tell you that my favourite dirt jump spots are XXX, and you still can't go to them. Whereas actual trails, you want to keep them good. Otherwise, there's no dirt left on top. You end up on bedrock. What are you talking about? Why do you want to do that? So I thought it was interesting.
Nice.
So my best place to EB in the UK, I'm going to keep very quiet, if I'm perfectly honest with you, George. And you should keep your one quiet too. Don't tell me. That's my thoughts.
So he'll be there whacking them.
I will. I'll be emptying every corner of any remaining loam and dirt.
Whacking them.
I don't know. I feel like something has changed. Like, that's mad to me that you'd put your name to a list of top 50. Every one of those spots, top 50, top 100, I can't remember what it was. Every single one of those spots will have, it's probably only 3 or 4 people realistically that do all the crap jobs and build them and make annoying little drainage puddles and cut out trees when they fall down and actually love these spots enough to actually put any work in.
Yeah.
Every one of those 50, you've got 3 or 4 people that are really pissed off with you.
Yeah, I was mindful of that because of doing the EMTB day.
Yeah.
Mindful of that because I think...
Yeah,
you don't... so the way I have approached it, especially with the ride that I'm going to be at, is it's just all public stuff.
Big public spots,
Yeah, we're not going anywhere secret. It's just like we just ride some public stuff and then go to a pub for a drink.
Yeah.
And it's that's why Pease Lake's great, right? Because that's literally where everyone goes biking. It's not like you're going to see anything that's...
Do you think that's changed? I don't think I've got a very common... I feel like that used to be a very common attitude, and I don't feel like that is anymore. I think it's very...
Yeah, I think it has changed, and I couldn't tell you why, but it definitely has. I think it's... I don't know. I mean, we could get really into the weeds, but it's a generational thing, obviously.
Yeah.
People don't want to put the work in to build and maintain the trails. They just want to ride them and film them.
Yeah. And it's sort of an unfortunate truth, isn't it, that it takes ages to build and it doesn't take very long to give a guided ride around a spot.
It's done.
So it's just like,
you
get a bad name for yourself making a list of 50 when I was younger anyway. So I
agree with you.
Interesting that it's changed, and
I agree with you. I kind of missed that about, like, you know, I guess, again, both of us doing a lot more dirt jumping when we were younger, and it was like secret spots. And how do you get there? And
dude, how exciting was it?
Find them because there weren't internet, so you'd have to get someone to take you there. And
have you heard, in these woods,
exactly,
there's a tabletop into a left-hander. We've got to go. It's 20 miles away. We can ride there and get the train back. How exciting that was. That's true adventure.
I miss
and then
that
you
shit.
And then you hit that table and you hit that left-hander, and it feels so much more worthwhile.
Yeah.
Rather than it just being like, I found it on a list.
Yeah, it's
Let's
so
go
true.
there.
I miss that. I really do.
I know exactly where to go. I know exact...
Or trying to just like, get your way to ride some trails was so fun because you'd have to meet someone who knew, you know what I mean?
Best.
It'd be like, oh, could we come ride one day? And then it's so good.
See, I first went to Wisley Trails, a spot that I still ride now. And Wisley has a famous dogging spot next to it. But I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Well, I wasn't even old enough to drive.
Okay.
So I got in the car with Papa John. He'd got his driving
he knew where it was.
license. Well, we knew where the place was, Wisley. We knew where it was as a junction, but you don't. It's a giant area, and you don't know what woodland it's in. You can't look at a map and really, you don't have no idea.
No.
So we turn up in the only car park we can find, and we just end up riding around on our bikes through the woods, not knowing that it's a dogging spot. And you can imagine what happened. We were like riding around. There's all these like. There's like dogging paraphernalia on the floor. I don't have to spell it out to you. It was pretty like, I don't know, people, I don't know what's going on in these woods. We couldn't work it out. And we were asking people, and they look like bikers, but they don't sound like bikers. like Harley riders, but they don't sound like it. Anyway, it was super interesting.
If you think trails were underground in the woods, dogging was way underground in the woods.
But mate, we probably did 3 trips just riding around in different woodland before we actually got to it. So then that was like 20-minute journeys in a car. Yeah. It's a big journey in the sort of cars that we drive around.
You might get there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then just another failed trip. We know that there are jumps around here. We know they're here somewhere.
Wow.
We've heard about them.
Looking for
we haven't
tire
seen any
tracks
pictures,
on the floor,
but we've heard about them.
dirt.
Exactly, yeah. And then can you imagine how much more exciting it was and how much you valued your time there? I wasn't going to leave any litter. By the time I've done 3 journeys to different dogging car parks and failed 3 times, and then finally we see a tyre track, a landing. You see a bit of a path that's worn in with loads of tyre treads. You're like, oh, we're actually here. And the moment you actually see jumps, dude,
Yeah.
and you see a human being, you're not going to like walk past the human being, go straight to the top and drop in. You're going to be like, nice to meet you. My name's Ollie. This is John.
Yeah.
Can we do anything to help? We've heard about your trails. We've been trying to find them for weeks. Literally weeks. So like, if you just think about that as one case study of a story of how exciting you can make it versus you go to this car park and you get out of your car and you get on your bike and you go to the top and you don't care about who's built any of it. You don't care about who's started any of it, who the boss is, who's done all of these years of like maintenance, and it doesn't take a lot. You literally just have to talk to people and be kind, and then they're happy to have you run their trails. It wasn't like crazy.
No. Yeah, that's great.
Has all that been lost? Is
Seems
my question.
like
I feel like I've gone on a long tangent.
No, but
you know what I mean?
Has it been lost? Let us know in the comments, but
yeah,
certainly seems that way.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a dinosaur, but hopefully you can hear that there's a good way and a bad way of doing things.
Yeah.
Still, I think, and it remains.
Yeah.
Maybe the old posting everywhere that everyone rides isn't the one. I don't know.
Should we just do one more? Because I've got to bounce.
Have you literally? We've got no time. Sorry, dude. I've gone on.
No, that was great. Life is adventure. If you were told that you weren't allowed to ride a bike ever again, what would you do instead? Wow. I mean, what would I do instead? It depends what bike. I think I could easily transition into just being full moto guy.
Yeah,
I'd do that tomorrow. No.
You need to get one, dude.
Yeah,
you need to document your motocross journey.
Couldn't I?
Be good, yeah.
Would people be interested in that? Like getting a bike again?
Absolutely, you should do it, dude. You shouldn't.
Getting out and doing some laps.
Mate.
Getting on pump, going home.
Sooner the better, I'd say. You don't even have to spend loads of money. I mean, motocross bikes are much cheaper than mountain bikes.
How
the
insane
reality.
is that? Yeah. All right, if enough people are into it, I'll buy one.
Yeah, you
do
absolutely
it for the channel.
Yeah, moto's a good one. Not allowed to ride a bike. I'd walk around in the woods. I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do. I have many other interests, but they would. Riding a bike is a good collection of ticking off all of my interests: nature, fitness, I guess adrenaline, mastering something. So like, I would tick them off in different ways. I think. And then I still end up walking around in the woods. I don't know what I'd do in terms of like trail building.
You could just be a trail builder.
Yeah, I'd be a trail builder.
Can we get Jimmy Pratt on soon?
Love to. Keep trying. We'll make it happen one day, but yeah.
He was into it, maybe.
Tom Eisted. He said, for who? I think that's basically he's saying we're not worthy of questions.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, cheers, Tom. There's no guest today, Tom. Doesn't.
So they were for us.
Yeah, they were for us, actually, mate.
Cheers, Tom.
Yeah, cheers, Tom.
Absolute MTB. Would you rather fight one T-Rex sized duck or 10 duck sized T-Rexes? I'm going to go 10 sized T-Rexes just because I reckon, exactly just for that reason. I'd just boot them.
A T-Rex sized duck would be a problem. It's just as in just the size
of it. You can't. Stuff. What can you do with it? You can't do anything.
Loaves of bread every peck.
Yes, every peck's a loaf of bread, mate.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're not fighting that off, are you?
It'd need a really large freshwater body of water.
Yeah. There's lots of it. Oh, no, there's not
lots.
There's
not really, is there?
Ducks don't go in the sea, do they?
No.
You ever see a duck in the sea?
Nah. Nope.
No?
Anyone
ever seen a duck in the sea?
Can we actually look it up? I don't like spreading false news. Can you look up, do ducks go in the sea, Doug?
It's interesting. Ever seen a duck in the sea? I've never seen. Seagull.
Seagull
in both.
Seagulls would mess up ducks.
Did they?
Well, they would, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Just look at the beaks. One's pointy, one's blunt. One's for bread. One's for your food.
Sometimes.
Sometimes ducks goes to sea.
Yeah.
Well, with that, on that absolute bombshell, I think we can end the episode happy, can't we?
I think so. I'm happy with that.
We can happily go to
enjoyed
sleep
this
knowing
one.
that sometimes ducks go in the sea.
Yeah. We can happily fly into sleep.
Yeah, fly into sleep.
Fly into sleep.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This has been the Ride Companion. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all of the different things you do. It's free. It helps us out. Yeah, peace and love.
Yeah, peace and love. And vote for your guest of the year. And we might see you for a bike ride in December. Lastly. Who should we have for... I'm looking down the barrel. Who should we have for our Christmas guest. We got an episode coming out on Christmas Day. Who should we have? Let us know in the comments. We've got a few ideas. Not Father Christmas again. That was a nightmare. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. Mate, what an episode.
Brilliant. I thought you were really great, Davey.
Mate, and I thought you were even better.
Thanks, dude.
Better
Thanks,
than
dude.
normal.
Oh, cheers.
Hey, how about we tell our lovely podcast community to hit subscribe here.
Yeah.
Click on the video on Olly's face.
That's right.
Click on the video on my face.
Yeah.
And follow us at The Right Companion on Instagram.
They can like and comment as well.
Please do.
I'm going to try and get this energy and I'm going to bring it into next week.
Let's fast forward to next week's episode.
Done.